The South Korean spy service claims that in the wake of Israel's conflict with the terrorist Palestinian Islamist group Hamas, North Korea's Kim Jong-un is rallying support for Palestine. Welcome everyone. In today's video, we're going to tell you North Korea Kim Jong-un joins hands with Palestine. Kim Kyu-hyun, the director of South Korea's National Intelligence Agency, informed legislators on Wednesday, during the National Assembly's 2023 audit, that the North Korean leader is thought to have ordered a wide variety of support for Palestine in an apparent effort to profit from the conflict. But before we proceed the further video, if you're new to this channel, remember go ahead and hit the bell icon to subscribe, so you won't miss the informative videos we will upload in the future. The head of South Korea's spy agency was reported by Rep. Yoo Sang-bum, the Assembly Intelligence Committee's executive secretary, to have informed lawmakers that North Korea would trade weapons with terrorist organizations. The head of North Korea's spy service said lawmakers that after two failed efforts earlier this year, Russia most likely supplied technology that might increase North Korea's prospects of successfully launching a spy satellite. Since August, North Korea has sent approximately a dozen artillery rounds and other weaponry to Russia via sea in an effort to support its conflict against Ukraine. It is anticipated that North Korea supplied Russia with adequate artillery to fight the war in Ukraine for at least 2 months. North Korea has been running all of its factories nationwide to keep supplying Russia with armaments. According to the head of the spy service, over 80% of foreign cyber attacks on South Korea were carried out by North Korea or China, and the number of these attacks has climbed by over 32% this year compared to last year. Naver, the most popular South Korean portal site, is one of the private enterprises that North Korea has recently targeted more often than official organizations. 6 months before the general election, the ruling People Power Party and the Democratic Party of Korea decided during Wednesday's audit to establish a committee to look into cybersecurity issues involving the National Election Commission. It was discovered that it was feasible to break into the National Election Watchdog's database of registered voters, print extra ballots, and tamper with the results. The NIS and the Korea Internet and Security Agency collaborated to undertake a cybersecurity review from July 17 to September 22. Evidence shows Hamas militants likely used some North Korean weapons in attack on Israel. Despite Pyongyang's allegations that it supplies the militant group, a militant video and weapons captured by Israel suggest that Hamas fighters most certainly launched North Korean weapons during their Oct. 7 attack on Israel. Officials from South Korea, 2 specialists in North Korean armaments, and an analysis by the Associated Press of Israeli weapons recovered from the battlefield suggest that Pyongyang is providing Hamas with F-7 rocket-propelled grenades, which are fired from the shoulder and are usually used by fighters against armored vehicles. The information sheds light on the shadowy world of North Korea's exploitation of illegal arms transfers to finance its nuclear and conventional weapons programs. The country is under sanctions. Rocket-propelled grenade launchers are useful weapons for guerrilla forces engaged in running battles with heavy vehicles since they can be swiftly reloaded and fire a single warhead. Director of the Consulting Armament Research Services and Weapons Specialist NRO, Jensen Jones stated that there is documentation of the F-7 in Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, and the Gaza Strip. Sunday, October 15, 2023 in Plainfield, Illinois shows a treehouse in the backyard of a property where a landlord killed a 6-year-old kid and gravely injured his 32-year-old mother on Saturday after blaming them for being Muslims. The Will County Sheriff's Office said that the individual was angry about the ongoing violence between Israel and Hamas. On Friday, October 20, 2023, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's special coordinator for the homecoming of hostages, Gal Hergish, escorts Judith Raanan, right of the government of Israel, and her daughter Natalie, 17, as they arrive back in Israel from captivity in the Gaza Strip. In what it described as a goodwill gesture, Hamas freed the 2 late on Friday, over 2 weeks after the Islamic terrorist group kidnapped them during a brutal cross-border raid. The battle that began with the Hamas onslaught is now in its 3rd week, and it's estimated that 200 individuals are still being held captive by Hamas. North Korean guns had previously been reported among interdicted goods, and North Korea has traditionally supported Palestinian militant groups, Jong told the app. Matt Schroeder, a senior researcher with Small Arms Survey who authored a guide on Pyongyang's light weapons, stated that Hamas has released photos of its fighters with a launcher that holds a rocket-propelled grenade with a characteristic red stripe across its warhead, along with other design elements that correspond to the F-7. Schroeder stated, North Korean weapons with Hamas is not surprising. With a few notable exceptions, the North Korean F-7 is similar to the more popular Soviet-era RPG-7 rocket-propelled grenade. Given its design and payload, Jong stated that the F-7 rocket-propelled grenade was intended to offer a devastating effect against personnel rather than armored vehicles. Along with the red stripe and other F-7 compatible design characteristics, the Israeli military also displayed weapons it had taken. Joint Chiefs of Staff of South Korea explicitly mentioned the F-7 as one of the North Korean weapons they thought Hamas utilized in the attack during a background briefing with media on Tuesday. The Israeli military said that the continuing conflict with Hamas stopped it from replying when the app questioned it about the source and producer of the rocket-propelled grenades. The app asked a comment, but the North Korean mission to the UN did not provide one. But last week, Pyongyang denied through its official Sia news agency that Hamas had deployed its weapons, calling the allegations a groundless and false rumor masterminded by the US. In the past, Hamas propaganda images and movies have featured its fighters brandishing North Korea's Bullseye guided anti-tank missile, based on images of the weapons used by Hamas fighters in the October 7 attack. Jong stated he thought the group also employed North Korea's Type 58 self-loading rifle, which is a variation of the Kalashnikov assault rifle. According to Jong, Iran has given militant groups a lot of North Korean weapons, and this is thought to be the main way that Palestinian militants have come to hold North Korean weapons. Additionally, Iran has based some of its ballistic missiles on North Korean models. An inquiry for comment was not answered by Iran's own representative. Iranian officials have consistently hailed and supported Hamas's attack on Israel. A North Korean cargo plane was allegedly carrying 35 tons of conventional weapons, including rockets and rocket-propelled grenades, when Thai officials grounded it in December 2009 when it was stopping at an airport in Bangkok for refueling. Then, according to Thai officials, the weapons were destined for Iran. Later in 2012, the US claimed that the goods that the Thai cats had intercepted were intended for Hamas. That's all for today's video. The West also suspects North Korea of providing Russia with rockets, artillery rounds, and ammunition to aid in its conflict with Ukraine. Over a week ago, the White House announced that North Korea had shipped over 1,000 containers filled with armaments and military hardware to Russia. Don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos from our channel. Thanks for watching and see you all soon!